Well, since the part of the Western world that is actually dependent on Russian oil is the EU, we might as well see where they stand on ending Russian dependence on this bitch too, because Russia seems to think, we'll get into after in the last segment, that it's not possible. But let's see what EU is actually saying, what their plan is, and what they say their plan is and what they actually do is not always the same damn thing. Government's finicky like that. Sometimes politicians will tell you that they're going to do something, but it's just to get you to like them and give you the vote. They're not actually trying to do that actual thing, which it really kills me sometimes. I don't know, the way humans operate in the world sometimes mind boggle me. I mean, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm not the dumbest guy in the world. I had a 3.8 GPA in college, members of the National Honor Society, but I don't think I'm the smartest person in the world. I actually think that's a sad statement of the state of the intelligence in our country because I think I'm an average dude. However, we gotta be fucking more intelligent on this, and we gotta stop being dependent on others. We covered that earlier, but before I go on a rant and repeat myself, let's just get into this news article from Euronews and see what Europe is saying itself about what's going on with this Russian dependence. Ukraine war. Where does each EU country stand on cutting off Russian oil and gas? That makes sense. So EU ministers have been discussing a potential sixth round of sanctions against Russia over its invasion of Ukraine, but an embargo on oil and gas to stop financing Putin's war machine continues to divide the bloc. I mean, can you can you tell your people that they might have to stop paying for gas, or they might have to like heat their home some other way, or they might have to like find alternative forms of energy, and power might go off periodically and stuff to support another country. I mean, if are we there yet? I mean, we did stuff like that in World War Three. I mean, World War Two. So I mean, if we really are in World War Three, like we were talking about yesterday, that may be the course forward. But it's like it's a tough one. Mad like. What would you like? I don't even know what I would do as a leader in the situation where doing that might fuck me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not just fuck me as in fuck my career, but fuck me as in fucking my people, my what I'm in charge of, what I'm supposed to be representing. Because I would be a statesperson, not a fucking corrupt politician. But I digress. The European Union has paid 35 billion for Russian energy since the start of the war. The EU's top diplomat Josep Borrell has said in 2021 the EU imported roughly 40% of its gas and 25% of its oil from Russia. There are plans for a total ban, but Russian coal imports put only from August, and their value is far more inferior to those for oil and gas. Ukraine's President Zelensky has urged the European Union to impose sanctions on Russian oil and to set a deadline for ending gas imports from the country. Within the bloc, Germany, Italy, Austria, and Hungary in particular are very dependent on Russian gas. I mean, they've been trying to like end that for a while now, and harken on ending and pushing wind and other things and experimenting Europe has. But is it even possible? Like you're not even discussing an actual plan for it right yet. I mean, let's just get back into this, see if they actually continue in actually discussing a plan, because this just seems like people like introducing it. So 17 countries have responded to an offer from European Commission to provide technical expertise in helping them phase out their reliance on Russian fossil fuels. Austria has ruled out sanctions on imports of oil and gas from Russia. So Austria is like, we can't fucking do it. Like, it's not happening. Not happening at all. If the sanctions hit yourself more than another one, I think that's not the right way to go. Finance Minister Magnus Brunner said on April. Chancellor Karl Nedmer, who met Vladimir Putin in Moscow on April 11th, said he expects more EU sanctions against Russia, but he defended his country's opposition to cutting off gas deliveries. As long as people are dying, every sanction is very insufficient, he said. Austria is military neutral and not a member of NATO. Yeah, so it's like why Austria is like, I'm not even a member of your alliance. This is not my fight. Why am I gonna like agree to like fuck me for your shit? Makes sense to me, at least in the grand scheme of what's strategically necessary for Austria. Belgium Prime Minister Alexander De Croo has called for sanctions against Russia to be more severe in an effort affecting the Kremlin. He has heightened the need for energy transformation and the dependence on Russian fossil fuels has stopped short calling for an embargo. We are not at war with ourselves, De Croo said at a summit in Brussels on 25 March. Sanctions must always have a much bigger impact on the Russian side than on ours. Belgium's finance minister Vincent van Petegem said on the 4th of April his country is unopposed to targeted actions against Russian oil and coal. So Belgium is like, go ahead and do it. We'll give you a number. Bulgaria is particularly dependent on Russia. Its deal with Gazprom provided almost all of its needs. However, in March, the government said it would not be holding talks on renewing the 10-year contract, which expires at the end of this year, in line with EU strategy. Deputy Prime Minister Aston Valisev said that the country would be looking for an alternative supplies. A new pipeline with Greece is due to become operational in 2022, and Bulgaria struck a deal to receive more gas from the Azerbaijan. I mean, they're looking. Bulgaria is looking to move off the Russian oil. Croatia, we're going to skip through this a bit because we're reaching then is like has completely eliminated. Is almost completely eliminated. Cyprus is reservations. Like they're like, makes sense, but we don't know. The Czech Republic is one of EU countries that would be hit the hardest by the fuel embargo on Russian energy, according to the French Council of Economic Analysis. It's thought total ban would cause a hit to the economy worth 1% of its economic output. The government said it is making contingency plans for all scenarios, including when we're supply. So like they're like, we're just gonna try and figure out how to weather the storm because you're about to fuck us in the ass. We're not gonna continue in that. But you see, like. There's a bunch of states in there, and they all have their own people. They all have their own governments and their own needs, and it's not going to be as simple as just ending Russian dependence. They might not even be able to do it. I it's a tough call, man. This is how Hunger Games interconnected we created this world to be. Just to fucking force a world system. And it's a world system that can't even be fucking sustained. And now we're all feeling the fucking pain. We're all getting fucked in the ass for it. And it needs to fucking end. I'm just fucking saying. Thank you for checking out this clip of my Thought of the Day podcast. You can catch this podcast every Tuesday through Friday at that'sonpoint.info by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because that's how winning is done. New clips go out daily. And we can't do this without you, so we appreciate your support. With that being said, consider joining for $5 a month, and you get early access to the uncensored version of this, early access to our weekly That's On Point podcast, and access to exclusive content only for members. All the money that we receive is going to go funnel back into this to hire more journalists and do more things for you guys, because that's how winning is done. It really is. We got a merch store and stuff. You can help there, and if you can't help via money, you can always just leave a comment, and share this out there, because that helps us more than you can immensely know. That's the best way to help. Just leave a comment, and share. And if you're listening to us, leave a review. Leave a good review. Help us boost us in the podcast ratings and get us up there, because that's how winning is done. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.